Oh my god, I have 4 pages open for this. Wow.
I think she heard me once or twice. So.
I can hear everyone again.
I'm gonna try something in the chat.
Eh? I am alive. However, now I can't see Dan or Tommy.
Okay, now I can see. I can see one more person than I did before, which now means I can see a grand total of 1 people.
So, is it me that you can see?
Yeah, no, I can't see Dan at all. No, I really can't.
Dan is still loading for me. And after reloading, he is just a black screen.
Wasn't he that before? Or wait, is this a case of if we come in early enough, we get to see Dan in his full majesty? I miss you, buddy. Just like how my voice brings a pain to your ears, seeing you brings a joy to my heart.
Well, I think it's better this way, because this way you can all become Old One warlocks, because I'm an unknowable voice from the beyond the void.
The unknowable voice that I grew up with, but okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've unknown me.
I was best friends with Cthulhu when he was in grade school. Actually, that's the funniest thing. Growing back in primary days, you to me were like the unattainable goal, the person I could keep striving to never become.
Okay.
And now that I know you a little better, I'm like, okay, this is
really what I looked up to.
It's not an ideal I strive to be anymore.
I can't believe I was the ideal. Like, really? Me? Are you kidding? Did you have no one else?
Not even like you as you are now, but younger you.
Oh man.
Which to me it's just like, man, how stupid.
Did you remember the one time I was arguing with the leader at Cub Scouts that if he didn't pay attention to me being disruptive, then I wouldn't be disruptive?
I don't, but that does sound like something you do.
I would say that he's the only one who has a problem, even though I was yelling at the top of my lungs, and if he didn't pay attention to me, then it's as if I wasn't there, and I would continue to yell at the top of my lungs.
I was a strange child. Let's leave it at that.
Well, this is interesting. Did you know that social animals evolve consciousnesses, and solitary creatures don't? And
It's partially, I think, due to the whole idea of if they, oh god, how do I word it? The evolution of the want to protect and like get along with the rest of your group means that your offspring will be tolerated better and better protected because safety in numbers.
Well, I was making the point because dragons are solitary. So really, they should all be like white dragons. Consequences? Who cares about consequences? I need food.
I did a thing once, basically an analysis of why, dragons are usually solitary. Just, it would absolutely make sense. Like, first of all, giant creature.
Mhm.
It's not going to want anything else that big in its territory competing with it for food.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like 4 other reasons.
Now, would the size matter that much? Because smaller dragons, would they become social because they need to hunt in packs, or?
Possibly.
Hmm.
But
birds don't.
another thing is they are extremely territorial.
Hmm.
Because in most lores they have a horde of some kind, and this is basically like this is a thing that I want is mine. And now, granted, the entire territory is a little harder to protect, but it wants its territory as well.
Well, are you talking about dragons in general or D&D dragons?
In
Because
general,
there is actually, if you want to go through lore books from 3rd edition and 3.5, they did establish there, and even earlier than that, why dragons gather hordes. For the good aligned dragons, it's necessary for a ritual of resurrection
Mm-hmm.
and ascending to a plane of Bahamut. For chromatic dragons, the most of an explanation is that they think they can pull off the ritual, but because they're evil, they can't.
I always thought it was just to bribe Tiamat to let them live more.
I mean, that's always a plus.
hello.
One moment, I will reload.
What did I just do? My cursor went into the corner, and now everything is like scattered. I've got like 50 windows open. Okay, I am back.
I know Dan's here. There's Nikki.
Oh.
I can't see Tommy though.
Tommy is the Cthulhu.
I'm a believer. Da, da, da.
That you're in love
With
with
me.
me.
How you doing, Nikki?
Ah.
I think that song would be much better if the screaming was like actual screaming in terror, but it still hit the notes.
Oh no.
How would you pull that? Actually, I want to know.
And it got progressively more desperate as you hit the notes.
Someone could actually do that if they cut together from horror movies people who scream in different tones and cut together them in the right sequence. That would be hilarious.
It's like the cat piano.
Yeah.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who knows about this.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Nikki, if you don't know, probably for your own mental health, don't look it up. It's a fascinating concept in theory, horrifying in practice.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, no, PETA would have a field day if they ever found out about them.
So how are we climbing this cliff? We've got a lot of rope and only one person who's good at climbing.
I'm good at climbing, just not
Well,
right
actually,
now.
now that I think about it, do all of us have a positive in Dex, right?
That is our stats. All of
Like-
us have.
Okay, well, my Dex is my third highest stat before custom. I just have
Mhm.
+3 because I put a +3 in there because I wanted some like physical proficiency plus that helps with AC.
You don't need physical proficiencies.
Mm.
Physicality is for the weak.
You do if you want a well-rounded character.
I think I'm perfectly well-rounded for someone who doesn't want to have social interactions.
Hmm. What's your
-1.
charisma?
It's an 8.
Oh, how's everyone else's charisma?
Higher.
I'll do the talking then.
No, I think it's better if we do the talking.
I have
It's
an okay
great.
modifier in proficiencies.
I have an okay modifier, and I have some proficiencies, just not in charisma.
No, specifically charisma's abilities.
It feels like every single time I have a character who has a decent charisma, it's useless. But then, when I decide to go and play Silver-Tongued Liar, that's the time everyone decides, okay, charisma's our focus stat.
Oof.
Maybe I'm just looking at this through, like, a benefit of hindsight, and it's like, oh, I'm seeing all of these examples and not paying attention to those few campaigns where we were actually balanced.
I just wanted to have the opportunity to be able to talk myself out of situations if I was caught using magic is all. And potentially talk other people out of situations.
I don't know why you did that. If you can just use, if you're condescending enough, you can use intelligence as your modifier.
It's simple. It's
My
simple.
intelligence is low.
There is a type of diplomacy that requires absolutely no presence of character whatsoever.
Hmm.
I have a special name for it too. I call it boom boom diplomacy.
I agree. We should hear you out on this.
You guys do the talking. I'll do the murder hoboing.
There is no talking.
You are playing a wizard, Nikki.
Yes, and I'm playing a wizard that's going to have a AC of like 19 next level.
Here,
Oh,
Nikki. Here's a big.
That's why
Nikki,
I was hesitant to
Here's
play.
a big brain move. Playing an evocation wizard so you can throw good fireballs? No. Get true polymorph, turn yourself into a pit fiend so you get unlimited fireballs.
Yes.
I was thinking the other one is playing an evocation wizard who's literally about, oh, you don't agree with me? Well, have fun on the other side.
Okay, sorry to make you guys wait. I'm back.
I see a tennis ball hitting a face that is not yours.
Do you see the text to the left of the neck?
It begins.
Okay, do you see me now?
No.
No,
Okay, I think you guys need to reload.
I'll try it.
Ugh, fine.
Oh, I can see you. Can you see me?
There goes Dan.
Yes.
There he's
This
back.
is so weird. I was like, you know what? I will use hair gel today in an attempt to get my hair to not this little curl thing just keep falling in front of my eyes. So last time I do that,
You want to know the solution to that?
use a
That
better
hair
gel.
is insolently disobeying you. Cut it off. It doesn't deserve to be part of your body anymore.
It's like long. Have fun with it. No, it's always one bit.
I can't see Connor. And now I can't see Phillip. One.
Because Phillip disappeared.
Oh.
Okay, now I can see.
I mean, don't you
wherever
dare.
no,
Don't you dare. No. No. It was like one person, like Dan was gone, and then Phillip was gone, and now Dan's gone again, and so was Tommy.
Tar on this. Oh, Nikki's back. Yay.
Well, I can see everyone.
I think it's like a thing on personal settings, like in your profile or something.
Crunch.
I wouldn't know. I've not really had much of an interest in doing it.
And Tommy's low.
Yeah. Nikki, try reloading, maybe? Tommy can't see you.
I can see you now.
And now I can't see Dan.
I can't see Dan either.
Okay, Dan, say
Yeah.
something.
Hold on,
Dan's
Dan.
gone.
Can you hear us?
He's back and it's
No.
loading.
I see a little circle.
No.
You see the
no.
twirlies?
Yes, I see the twirly whirl.
This is going to be another one of those days where somebody
Okay.
is inaudible
I can
at
now
all
see
times.
everyone. And now,
Okay, I can see everyone now.
can
I
everyone
can't
see
though, so I'm going to
everybody?
reload.
You know how I could see everyone a few moments ago? Now I can see everyone except Dan.
Connor,
Wait,
try
really?
reloading.
Yeah,
I can see everyone now.
Dan, can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
I can see you. And
You
you look absolutely majestic today.
Obviously.
Not even 10 out of 10. I give it a 12 out of 10.
Well, here's the real question. Can you see Waldo?
No.
We got
I
to
can
find
see
him.
everyone.
I can't. Look, he's wearing red and white. I am colorblind. I can't see that sort of stuff.
You
I'm not
can't
really
distinguish
colorblind,
between
just
a
in
light,
case any of you were
a white
wondering.
and a darker color.
Well, actually, I should clarify, I cannot see ultraviolet light or infrared light, but outside of that,
Oh,
I
that's
am
crazy.
not
Me too.
colorblind.
Give it 12 years. We'll be able to make people with color who can see that.
One of the
Phillip.
funniest stories I'd seen was talking about genetically altering children before they were born, and they called them designer babies. And I'm like, only in the first world.
I like that.
I
It's
don't.
a good idea.
Okay, we can disagree on this. I don't feel that passionately about this. I just am like the level of like, I'm going to call it like California luxury you have to call something a designer baby.
Okay, so the way I think of this is, okay, what's the greatest cause of human death in all of human history?
Birth.
Death.
Stupidity. If we can cure stupidity from people, we will have so much more.
It's
We'd
like
only be raising
genetically-
the bar.
Yes,
There will always be stupid people in comparison. But
But
if you're
if the
talking about
bar is-
objective idiocy,
but if the bar is higher, that means we'll have a better society.
It's environmental though, not biological.
Half and half. It's half and half.
Okay.
And besides, if everyone else is intelligent, then they'll be raising the environmental bar as well.
I'm like trying to think, like, it depends on how you want to set your parameters, I guess, for stupidity, because I'm fairly certain IQ is genetic, but I think that's the only like intelligence measurement criteria we have that is
my knowledge and like
genetic.
IQ would really only determine like your memory, your capacity to learn, and at what speed
Yeah.
you can learn things.
Well,
Yeah.
all of that is half and half. That's the best estimate we have of half environmental, half genetic.
Well, I would recommend before getting into genetic anything, we would attempt to determine a better means of calculating the intelligence of an individual in both respects.
IQ is as good as we're ever gonna get.
At least with what we've got right now, give it maybe 50 years, someone will have some grand insight and maybe change this.
I don't want to wait that long. I want smarter people now. Now.
And go to a think tank. Go to Antarctica. The average IQ of all humans who live there is incredibly high.
Yeah, that is true.
It's like selective. Okay, whatever.
Yes, it's an improper sample size. We know.
It's not even a proper or improper sample size. It's the type of people who are going to be there.
Would that be correlation, not causation? It's a coincidence because we're not looking at a certain variable.
But it's not coincidental. It's something that is a byproduct of why are those people there. Sorry, Tommy, instead of arguing about the general intelligence of humanity, I would like us to get into the discussions of how we're going to climb up this cliff.
All right, go right on ahead. Let me move you guys over real quick. Oh, by the way, the little scroll spot up top here, that's where your party name is supposed to go. So until you guys come up with a good party name, I'm just gonna put something random in there that might have to do with the session. I'll just put something up there each session until you guys come up with something better.
Tommy, you know what you named your dog in Dragon Age?
Yeah.
I propose that as the team name.
What'd you name
Tell
it?
everyone what it is.
Have any of you ever played Dragon Age Origins?
That's not important. Give me the name.
Long story short, you find a war dog, and you can name him. And I named him Nummy Nummy. One word.
I accept this name with grace and
Or just
pride.
bees in all caps with like 20 E's.
Okay, so let's see the options.
Just the bees.
Who are you?
All
Bees!
lowercase, bees, all uppercase with like 12 E's.
Here's option number 1. Option number 2.
Yes, it has. The bees has to be with a Z.
All in favor of bees, say aye.
I.
I want to let this play out a little more. I'm going to be abstaining.
Like this, Connor?
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Can you see that?
Well, no. The. You gotta put the in the lowercase at the far left. All lowercase, but then bees is all uppercase.
And
One
make sure
Z, more E's.
One word. It has to be one word.
Is that enough E's for you, Connor?
One word.
That's not aesthetically pleasing, Tommy.
First of
Here.
all,
There we go.
Put that.
Just a placeholder, everybody.
Until we get inside jokes for this campaign.
Anyway, if the bees are ready.
3 elves and the dude.
We need to find something that sounds like a band name.
That sounds like a band name. I don't know.
I mean, I guess that you're right.
About that, Connor.
I am the only one coming up with ideas, people.
Anyway,
I
you guys
want
can
to let
always.
this play out for a little bit.
What we should be is a band of bards.
But none of you are bards.
That is correct. I know what
don't
I
have the
said.
charisma to be a bard.
I'm the only one with an okay charisma modifier.
I have an okay charisma modifier too.
What is it?
What's yours?
8.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that you've got good charisma until you've got a modifier better than mine.
Well, what's yours?
-1. I've got an 8 as well. I am the standard you must surpass.
I will do the talking.
Anyway, unless
Stand
anyone else
behind you
has
with a
any other
scary
names.
sword.
Okay, here we go. Back to the beach. I think we last left off. You guys had just made camp for the night after washing up on shore. And I think I made it so you guys can see it. If you go into your journal, there should be a note that all of you can edit that has your total food and water allotment. So at any given time that you guys can update. Do one of you want to take the responsibility to update that as you go through?
I'll
Connor?
track it.
Was that Connor or Dan?
Which what me?
Why would you blame me?
What was the thing?
Well, the food
Oh, I just noticed.
updated from 8 days to 8 million. Curious about how you're going to carry all that, Dan.
Me too. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Okay, do I
Well-
need to make it so that everyone but Dan can edit it?
No, that
Well,
wasn't me.
just a heads
I
up,
had been
everyone.
accused.
Water is not a problem. I can create 10 gallons a day, or technically 20 with both my spell slots.
Would you stop?
But with that amount, I don't think we'll need any extra water.
Dan, do I
Food
need to revoke
is
your
the issue.
your privileges?
I am being falsely accused. I do not know how or why this has been happening. I don't know how to edit this anyway. What do you go?
No, keep going. I want to hear what you come up with.
Falsely accused. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. I will keep track.
So as a reminder, the area you guys are at, I believe Nikki went, I forget which, one of the directions on the beach to try and build up some earth, to get a little ways up the cliff.
I got like over halfway up. when
How
I
far are we
ran.
able to get the earth up? Was it 20 feet?
20. I forget how high I got with the charge.
Well, either way, Philip found a way up the cliff normally, and I think he tied a rope down up to the oasis.
To be fair, did I bring rope?
No, I don't think you brought rope.
No, I don't think so either.
He went up there. You guys found the rope while he was up there,
Mm.
and then he yelled down at you why you're going so slow.
No,
And the area
yelled
just
at
leading up to the cliff is covered in coconut trees.
Yeah, at this point, I want to talk to you about some more
as
specifics
well as
of the
boulders and
building.
bushes.
No, Marcus,
You're
since
saying
you
there's
went through all
coconuts?
the renovation sections.
Yes.
Well,
I've
we
been
should
sitting
get
here and I
collecting.
got Google Earth up, comparing it to what the
Say again,
architecture
Connor. I can't quite
renditions
hear
are.
you.
So there's some differences. Yeah.
There we go.
Bees.
So, if I remember right, I am almost dead.
You guys had a long rest, so you're fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, that's where we were. I was at the top of the cliff. You guys were at the bottom. We'd take a long rest and we'd figure out everything in the morning. Speaking of which, where's the designation of where the cliff starts? Because I cannot see it.
At the very bottom of the map. I was unable to find a map that had a beach and a cliff in it.
Oh, well, that's just
So-
slow effort.
You'll have to use your imagination for the sheer cliff face in front of you.
Okay. So like bottom 2 rows, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Connor wanted to collect the coconuts.
Yes, that's
Make
both.
make
That's
a
food and
survival
water.
check. Make a survival check for me to see how much you can collect.
All right, let me bring the app up. 1 moment. Well, I'm going to strap myself with guidance before I start on this collection venture.
Oh, did we get any XP from last session?
I hadn't totaled any up because technically you didn't fight anyone.
Oh.
I'm gonna say
We did technically beat an encounter.
you did beat an encounter. Go ahead and you each get 200 XP.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, that's a 13, Tommy.
Okay. You're able to find enough coconuts for a half day's ration for each person and 1 day's water for each person. So a total of 4 days of water stored in the coconuts, 2 days of food.
Cool factor.
So wait, so
Who did this?
days of food. Sorry, 4 days of water and 2 days of food.
4 days of water total, and 2 days of food.
All right, I put it in.
Can you differentiate that from the like what you got from the at least on the water aspect, what you got from the coconuts from the rest of the water? I'm gonna have to pop away for like 2 minutes.
I need to go grab a pencil, so I'm going to take advantage of this lull in the pacing.
Hey, Mickey, Dan can't see you. Please reload. There you go.
Oh, let me reload then.
Network issues, yay. No, I can see Dan.
Okay, Nikki, I can see you. Okay. Phillip, I can see you. Okay. Phillip, can you see and hear me?
I figured out what I should do for my next bard.
Mm-hmm.
So, he, as a bard, is more of a storyteller than a musician, and uses that primarily to weave his magic, generate the general aura that he releases throughout the day, and that's how he spell slots the whole whatever. So, but he heard that all the cool bards do songs, so he tries to sing these complex symphonies, and it sounds absolutely terrible when he does it.
Well, Phillip, there's no college with this guy right here. There's the College of Creation, College of Eloquence. Those are two new ones if you would want to try those.
I'll take a look. Could be funny. I just grabbed a pencil. Where did it go? Oh, I put it in my pockets.
Phillip, College of Eloquence at 3rd level. You are a master of saying the right thing at the right time. When you make a persuasion or deception check, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
The main reason I'm doing this is so that I can, I have an excuse to sing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Sorry about that. My wife just got home, and I wanted to say hi before diving deep in.
Are you kidding? Why would that take precedence?
Believe it or not, Dan, I love my wife more than I love you.
I am shocked and appalled. I don't think I can do this anymore.
If it makes you feel any better, Dan, I'd pick you over my non-existent wife right now.
Well,
primarily because she doesn't exist right now.
That doesn't matter. You have some class at least. Unlike this guy.
I tolerate all of you.
And I appreciate it. I feel like between you and my dynamic, you're the more valuable person here anyway.
Anyway, some of us have a mountain to climb and limited food and water.
Oh yeah, what did we eat last night? Did we subtract the amount of food?
I'm not going to subtract that from the amount that you have right now. Okay. I'll say that you were able to find some rations that wouldn't have kept on a long journey that you ate last night.
Okay.
I jumped into the ocean and came back with 8 crabs.
I have been consuming exclusively water.
Okay.
I've been eating tree bark.
It does have a nice set of healthy nutrients.
Is it fibrous enough?
Oh, Phillip, I don't have your passive perception written down. What was it?
Oh, yeah, that would be important.
realize I had one but yours.
Yeah. I'm using my shorthand sheet, not a conventional sheet. So hold on, I need to actually calculate this. It's a 16.
Okay.
Real quick, this orb, is it important or is it water or what is it?
That's just to represent your the token that I put down to represent the water casks that you guys found.
Okay.
So you have plenty of water down to drink down here, but you're not going to be able to bring that cask up with you. The amount that you have in those between the coconuts and the water skins is how much water you can transport.
The water skins are the important part because that's 8 water skins. That's enough. That's enough water for all of us for a day. As long as we have those, I can fill them up every day.
We need 1 gallon a day.
So you need 1 gallon a day unless the weather's extra hot.
Oh,
which
you
is
need
where
2
we
a
are.
day.
Okay, 2 a day. Cool.
Well, I'd say where you are right now isn't necessarily super. It's warmer, but it's
Okay.
not hot enough to constitute 2 gallons a day where you are right now.
Well,
Okay,
anyways,
I'm scheduled to be at NIST. It's going to be weather dependent, whether or not the base opens up, depending on how much weather we get tonight.
Thank you, Connor.
Should we mark that as? Oh, right. I forgot I unplugged that. Should we mark that on the journal that our water skins can hold a maximum of 8?
Yeah, let me.
I'll fill out some of those details.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, have we killed an innocent person? Because
I don't think we've killed anyone yet.
Okay. You're right, Cultists of Loath. That's who it was.
Did we kill any of them?
no, we targeted the ship.
Yeah, I think we attacked them.
But in all fairness, it was only in retaliation.
But we haven't killed any of them, and that's the
No.
point I'm making. Cool factor.
So anyways, Philip, I'm going to hand you a bundle of rope. Give you a guidance and tell you to get up the cliff.
How are you going to hand it to me? I stayed on top of the cliff.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I always said I was just going to sleep up there because I didn't see any immediate threats.
Oh,
Marcus,
I did not
Marcus,
realize
can
that.
Can you and I talk about the phasing so I can get my part written?
Yeah. I don't know, like, does anybody have an acrobatics proficiency? Because if not, I think I might have the highest dex.
I have a +3, and I can give anyone a guidance.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Right. I have a 6 o'clock meeting, Connor. I'm going to put headphones in to try to minimize.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be very long. Yeah, I'll be just sitting here writing.
Well, if you got a meeting at 6 o'clock, I might consider just moving into the family room for the time being, because I think as it is between you and Mom, she'd be able to tolerate my presence a tad more with what she's doing.
Well, that's entirely up to you. I'm going to start roughing the writing out.
Yeah, I'm just going to head over. I'm going to log out for a quick moment, guys. I got to move into another room. My dad's got a busy day today.
Cool.
I just got to move my laptop over. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. So guys, so come over here where I am, please. Where my token is.
I literally can't right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm on top of a cliff.
So
how tall is the cliff?
100 feet.
Yeah, I can't jump down that.
In that case, Nikki, you are the only one who is capable of responding. Do you come to where I am at the beach? Well, I'm yelling it out, so unless you want to say you don't. Okay, so take a look over here, and I point to 2 rows of crabs. One of them are white, and the other are red, and they seem to have formed Napoleonic fire lines and started killing each other.
Well, they haven't started fighting yet, but they're preparing for battle.
What do you want to do about this? I don't think so. I hope not. I'd like to pick one of the crabs up and try to keep it from pinching
Which
at me.
side?
I'll go for one from the white and then one from the red, like in each
Oh,
hand.
one from both?
Yeah.
They stop their preparations and they all turn to you.
Okay, that was a mistake.
It's not a mistake. This is a source of food.
I mean, I don't like crab too much.
Have you put them down yet?
Have I gotten a hold of them?
Yeah, you picked the two of them up, but after you picked those two crabs up, both armies turned and looked at you.
Okay, so I'm going to run and I'm going to go over
The
to
crabs
this.
give chase.
Yeah, this rock right here, and I'm going to scamper up it. I'm going to hope that they can't catch up with me.
Okay. Make a athletics or acrobatics check to climb up.
Okay, I think I have proficiency in one of those. Yeah, acrobatics. Okay.
Oh, right. This was
Natural 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say with disadvantage because you're holding two crabs.
Okay, I can roll with disadvantage
But
too. Oh,
you
look
did
at
get
that,
the
it's a
natural one. You
natural
fall over trying to climb it.
Okay.
And the crabs catch up to you. Now, a few crabs on their own isn't enough to pose any kind of threat to you, but there's quite a lot there. Like more than you've seen in one place before.
Oh.
What's your AC, Dan?
I believe it is, yes, 14.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Let's make a few rolls here.
Off momentarily. I gotta.
You
Can
might
I
be
see
wondering
me?
what's happening right now, Connor. Just look at my most recent comment in the chat.
Swarm
And
of crabs? Wait, what?
You understand everything you need to know.
Wait, we're being attacked by crabs?
No.
Dan is.
Dan is being attacked by crabs.
Dan, I need you to take 4 piercing damage as this two armies of crabs swarm over you to take back in a moment of agreement to fight this new threat before returning back to their own ranks.
Okay. Ow.
Dan saw was wandering around the beach and he saw 2 lines of crabs on the beach and like forming ranks, getting ready to fight, and he decided to pick one up from each side.
Okay.
I'd like to pick up small rocks and throw them at the ones who are not engaged in the fight yet. Are they fighting or are they still?
They're just starting now.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw rocks at the ones that aren't fighting.
Are you throwing at all of them, or are you choosing a side?
What do you guys think? White or red?
Tommy, for the red crabs, is there a crab that looks like a general of some sort?
It's obvious, Dan. You need to side with white because white represents vitality and red represents the ideology of the hammer and the sickle.
That's right. I choose the white army. The Tsar must succeed. I choose the white army. I'm gonna start throwing.
Connor, on each side, there's a crab that looks slightly bigger than the others.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the larger crab of the red army and tap it on the head and give it a guidance. Let it inspire the troops.
Well, hang on. Aren't you on a cliff?
What?
Aren't you on a cliff?
No, Phillip's on the cliff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't come for other reasons. Probably coconuts.
Dan, Dana, you're throwing rocks at the red army?
Yes.
And Connor, you're giving the red king crab guidance?
Yes. A 1d4 will be giant to a small crab.
Connor, which one? What side?
The red one, I said.
No, Nikki. What side are you choosing to stab?
No.
So Nikki comes over. Are you picking just a random crab or the biggest one? Okay. Nikki goes up. Okay. Nikki begins stabbing crabs. Dan is flinging rocks. Say again, Nikki. Oh, and Dan is flinging rocks at the red army. Connor, you watch as the crab who you gave guidance to charges forward upon the white crab ranks, and with its two claws, reaches forward and makes an attack upon two of them, and clips them clean in half. It clearly put that 1d4 to good use.
I'm gonna give it another.
No. Well, you have to touch it in order to do that. It's in the
Yes.
thick of it.
So
Just give it
I'll
a
reach
nice
down
pat
into
on
the
the head.
pile of crabs.
Make a dex save, Connor.
Okay. I made allies. They'll protect me.
Until you decide to eat them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Can I gather up the dead
16.
ones for food?
So you manage to reach in and get your finger on the red king crab without getting pinched. One of the white crabs is actually coming up and trying to get your finger when the king crab clips it in half,
Up.
and you just watch this king crab just tear through the ranks straight
Come on,
towards
puppy.
the white
Come on,
king,
up.
who decided to wait. The White King actually decided to stay towards the back and let his troops fight instead of him. And ultimately,
Puppy. Look
the
at
red
this.
red army is victorious.
No. I'm gonna pull out my rapier and I'm gonna stab through the red king crab. The red army.
Are you sure about that?
Can I kick Dan's legs out from under him?
Hey, you're busy giving him
I already gave him guidance.
No.
I'd say the two of you are able to stop him before he kills the Red King.
No.
While you two are holding him back, this red crab army scuttles back into the ocean, and then they come back out holding various objects, and they bring them to Connor and Nikki specifically, and they drop 2 basic healing potions at your feet.
All right.
Huh.
That is the weirdest random encounter I've ever seen.
I still want to kill the red crab. I'm gonna stab it.
Why, Dan?
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. Can I be hidden for this so I can get sneak attack?
How would you
No.
hide from something that small? You are the size of a mountain
It's
to
a
it.
large king crab. So that's a 21 to hit.
Okay, you managed to hit him.
Okay. And that's 7 points of piercing damage.
No,
You
you're
cut
good,
off
Mom.
2 of his legs, and his soldiers pull him back into the ocean. And you're not very familiar with crabs, but you can tell they're giving you hateful eyes.
I yell obscenities about communists and let them go. Also, I want to eat those legs, so I gather the legs and the dead bodies. How much food does that get us? Or me, specifically?
Yeah,
And plus, Nikki can actually summon fire to cook them.
isn't crab meat like basically goo before you cook it?
Yeah, pretty much.
How do you plan on cooking it, Dan?
Yeah, we'll find out, but that happens. It'll also be old. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
That's true.
You know, I know you don't realize it, Tuck, but they are happy to see you.
You manage to get together enough crab bodies most of them broken up and goo leaking out for 2 days of
Hello.
rations.
Okay.
If you cook it.
Hmm?
You can
To do that, we need fire.
you can try
I don't want him
and
to knock my laptop over.
you can try and eat it without cooking it, and I will have to improvise the results for said
Well, actually, as it is right now, Tommy, I'd like to spend a few minutes and purify all of the crabs in case for any diseases they might have as of now.
Well, we're not eating them now. You might want to keep that for later. When
No, it's a ritual. I can do it whenever.
Yeah, but when
If they've got any bacteria right now, though, this will prevent that from decomposing the meat to begin with.
if you want to.
I don't know. Frankly, I'm not sure. I've met some large crabs in my time, but things have changed. I think these are normal. They might get bigger if we like go down to the bottom of the ocean. I just like to my knowledge, like when you get deep in the water, the pressure increases, so that usually results in larger creatures, so they can actually handle the pressure of the deep water. I've never been though. I've heard stories of from merfolk I've met. Yes, the quadruped creature that most people use as transportation. Huh. You're from the Underdark, yes? Well, I guess not much has changed since. I've been before. Well, at the time when I was down there, there wasn't much of any civilization, so it was pretty easy to explore.
Tommy, I left a thing for you in the chat. Did you catch?
no.
No, as in you didn't see it, or no, as in I cannot.
I did not see it. Make sure you leave it for Tom Taylor, not Tom T. I added a separate account to this game so that when I'm preparing, I can flip over to that in another window and see what you guys see.
Well, when I do it, it just gives me a Tom, and that's the only one that I see.
Oh.
Rename your character Tim, Tommy.
I don't know. Okay, so I'll just best I can do is I'll whisper it then, and if I have something important for you, I'll let you know to give it a look.
Yeah, you could just ask me for a
At a
whisper.
fish, Tuck? That's a fish.
I'm glad you saw that. It was hilarious.
All right, yeah, all right. Don't get stuck on the cord. It's a good boy. Oh, I know. Sorry, that's it. More stuff, Tuck.
Stick with one that hates Sorn's guts. It's got to turn around eventually.
Who's that, Tucker? So the two are still whispering?
Apparently.
But no, I agree. I thought that was a fun encounter.
Hey, Mom, where'd this one
If
go?
I animate this though, just Rolen just up on the cliff and just muffled crab raid playing in the distance.
Guys, I found more coconuts.
Nice.
Why is it upstairs now?
Because Garrett had it down there, and I assumed he got from up here.
It used to be up here, Jason, but when we moved the stove, we kind of cleared out all the tools that didn't need to be there.
Wait, so sorry, Tommy, did you give me what I would have normally found, or including the bonus I get?
Let me whisper.
And there they go. There he goes again.
Oh, Connor, do you know what the standard array we're using is?
I assume that it's the one that I had introduced, 17, 15, 13, 12, 10, 8.
17, 15, 13, 12, 11, 8.
12, 10, 8.
12, 10, 8. Okay, nice. Just want to mark that down for that.
It allows you to get an 18, but also a balanced array of stats. I mean, I think it makes for both an effective and a, like, what would be the term, healthy, natural. The character, it makes sense. You don't have 3 plus 3s and 3 minus 2s.
Balanced. Min-maxed.
Yeah. Well, Nikki, we now have 2 common healing potions. Not sure if you're calculating, but they each weigh half a pound. Look, Tucky, I just settled down. You can wait to go outside.
Oh yeah, Rocky has become an absolute menace. We
Mhm.
taught him to ring a bell to go outside,
Sorry,
and now
we made
he's
a
knocking
mistake.
things
I
over.
did not find coconuts, guys. I did find some good stuff, though. I'll put it in when we're reunited.
Okay. Well, anyways, someone who has the highest acrobatics modifier.
I think I have +5.
Mine's +3. All right. Well, if that's the case, Dan, I would recommend you go grab some rope, get up the cliff, and I'm going to give you a guidance to do that.
Oh, very fancy.
So you get a D4 for climbing the cliff with the rope.
Okay. Then I will do that. How high up is it?
100 feet.
Ooh. How gradual of a slope is this cliff?
Straight up.
Okay, I'm gonna look up at that, and I'm gonna look back at you guys and say, so here's the thing.
I'm not
Phillip
using
did
mold
it,
earth to
right?
help him. I want to see him struggle.
Okay, Nikki. Phillip did do it, though, right?
I made it up the cliff, yeah.
Do you recall what your roll was?
Not off the top of my head.
So I'm gonna tell you guys. So after falling into the ocean a few times, I've realized that heights are bad, and I kinda think that we could do something else.
Well, our other companion already got up the cliff, so it's quite possible to do that, and we need to establish a rope.
I'm gonna look
And
up.
it wouldn't be fair to ask them to come down and then go back up again.
I'm gonna look up at Phillip, and I'm gonna take my short bow, tie it to an arrow, and start aiming at him.
Well, I'm going to shout back. Well deserved as well.
I'm gonna put it down. Fine, I'll try it. Okay, wish me luck, guys. And I'm gonna run up, and I get a 16, 21 on my climb up a sheer cliff.
You used your D4?
Yeah.
Where were you climbing?
Wherever Phillip had before.
Well, you don't know where Phillip climbed up. Where
Well, I
Phillip
assumed-
got up before.
Okay.
Do you tell us, Phillip?
Are you going straight up? Nikki, did you tell the rest of the party about the area that you tried to get up the cliff earlier?
Well, I mean, you said it like washed away overnight.
Some of it.
I'm gonna let him struggle for a bit.
You guys
Okay.
are so kind.
I'm enjoying this.
And
You're
Dan,
right. I am kind, Dan. I'm helping you.
Dan, are
Uh-huh.
you just climbing straight up, or are you looking at the cliff and trying to pick out a path of hand and foothold?
I'm trying, but if
Before you start climbing, are you seeing if there's a complete path up there?
No, I'm going for handholds at best and jumping up as high as I can when I can't find handholds.
Okay. The first check was a 24?
21.
21. Okay. You manage with difficulty to make it 25 feet up the cliff.
Okay.
Could I, just really quick, Tommy,
Yeah.
could I make a history roll to see if I could recall which places seemed easier to climb than others?
Probably not a history roll. I'd make that a perception check
Oh, that's better.
based on looking at the mountain.
That's better. Actually, I don't have time for you. Oh, but that was a bad roll. Okay, so that's a 3, but my bonuses bring it up to a 9.
Would I be able to help Philip by also looking at the cliff and shouting at him with
I
Dan in
already
between
rolled.
us?
You can't help.
Okay.
Connor, I'd say that's
You're
really
also 100 feet away from him, and there's wind.
I can be loud.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to turn on the
Oh.
the ambient wind noise.
Wait, I have message. That has 120-foot reach, Tommy.
Connor, I ignore you, so don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Anyway, you said you rolled a 9, Phillip?
Yeah.
You can tell that it would be best to climb up the cliff. And you can see some of the hand and foot holds, but from your perspective up on top of the cliff looking down, you can't quite see a complete path just because you can't get far enough away from the wall to see it.
Fair enough.
But you're sure that there's a way up.
Yes. After all, I did make it up.
Very insightful.
Yes.
So, shall I continue with the rolls?
Yep, make another roll.
Okay.
I hope one of you has Featherfall prepared.
I do. But am I going to use it?
Okay,
This
so
is
that's going to be a 14.
You try and jump for a handhold, as you previously stated, and you miss.
How far down is he from where I am?
However, you manage to catch yourself on the way down.
Okay.
But you, in catching yourself, you strain your shoulder,
Okay.
and that's going to give you on checks and things that involve your arm. It's going to give you disadvantage.
Okay. So, knowing that, I am going to avoid jumping from now on and try to find handhold. Oh,
Oh,
Well, they're gone.
oh no.
oh no.
Because like I just
no,
realized that I
no,
can
no.
help, technically.
Oh, goodbye, Tommy. Wait, he's back.
Oh, hey, you're alive.
There we go. You all froze for me.
Philip is
That's
still
weird,
loading
'cause-
for me.
Okay,
Might have been something with your.
I heard try to, and then you cut out.
You heard what? What?
I did make a couple jokes about communism. Maybe that's why they cut me off.
Dan, I heard I'm going to try to, and then you cut off.
Okay, I'm going to try to continue up the cliff without jumping. So slower, but
At this
Can
point,
you guys see Philip?
This will be disadvantage because you've hurt your shoulder now.
that is correct. Okay.
could I use the bat senses to spot potential handholds and try to call them out to him? Just because don't want to be here all day.
Yeah, so that's going to cut the disadvantage away.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. You're very kind.
Yeah,
Okay.
hurry it up.
I hope that kindness continues for the featherfall. Okay, ready? Ready for
Don't
me?
count
Roll?
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 16.
Okay, you make it. At this point, you're 45 feet up the cliff.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to continue on.
All right.
Keep trucking. A natural 20.
You find a path of hand and footholds, almost like they had been carved there just for you. And there's
I'm
a
gonna
few that
take
you
credit
can't.
for that.
There's a few that you can't find, but Nikki's bat is able to point them out to you perfectly.
No, you haven't seen the bat yet. All you know
Oh,
is that
okay.
just suddenly the drow who was supposedly supposed to not be great in the sunlight is spotting things that you can't.
And you're now 70 feet up the cliff.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to climb up the rest of the way.
You are getting rather tired, though.
I can assume so. This is not going to go well. Ready? Alright. So I got a natural 1. 70 feet up, how many dice is that? 6d6 of damage? I can survive this.
Hold on,
No,
how
that'll
high
kill
up
you.
is he?
Wait, no,
I'm
literally?
gonna say
How high up is he?
you
70.
managed to make it 5 feet from the top when the rock you're holding breaks away just
Can I-
as you're reaching for another one, so now you're only suspended by your feet and tipping back.
Can I reach out and grab him?
Make a deck save, Phillip.
A dex save?
Yes, with advantage because you were watching him carefully.
If he fails this, can I throw my rope at him and then tumble back down? Because that's my only purpose of this leg of the journey.
Well, the first one was an 8 plus stuff. Second was a 16 plus stuff. Let me add that. That's a 22.
You manage to reach out and just barely grab his clothing and yank him back up top on the cliff.
No heights. No more heights.
No more heights.
And I'm going to find a rock or a tree or something and tie the rope off and lay down far, far away from the cliff edge.
All right.
Dan,
Okay. So how you doing, Nikki?
I'm concerned. Luckily, it's not us that's in trouble.
More crabs.
Tree
Watch it,
crabs.
this entire
coconut crabs.
island is just occupied by crabs, and
Enjoy.
that
You well
was
deserve
that's a
this.
squabble between children, and that's actually going to shape how we go through the island, Nikki.
You have the rope, right?
Yes, here it is.
Okay, go ahead. Take a rest.
All right. Well, we're gonna need to carry our gear up to the top, so with message in hand, I'm gonna look up at Philip's character standing near the edge and begin speaking to him. Yeah. Hey. Hello. This is your friend Deverell down at the bottom of the cliff. I do magic, as you know. Please don't be alarmed and fall off. You can respond, by the way.
you
Can you respond to this message?
I give this airline service a 2 out of 5.
All right. Whatever. Anyways, now that we have a rope tied off, we need to start dragging our stuff off the beach up the cliff. We have enough rope to do that, but as it is, I would not recommend dragging it directly against the rocks, so we need to give it we need to put the rope like a little ways away from the cliff edge. Do you have anything that you'd be able to stick into the sand so it holds the rope away?
Is there anything up here of that nature? I don't think so.
And I will say that, Connor, you're going to need to find something to transport all those coconuts up if you want to take them with you. Because you can't just hold them in your hand. You don't have backpacks. You'll have to
Intricate
salvage
rope work?
You can, there were 150 feet of rope. So you can try and put together some kind of net from the remaining 50 feet of rope. You can find something else to salvage from the ship.
Is
here's
there
the
no
first thing.
like burlap sack on the boat?
I think
Go
I
ahead and
still
look at
have
the
my
ship.
cloak, but
Take
then
a-
again, I
take
want
a gander.
that.
If you
Look
if you
around.
can find a net, you can make something that will be enough to take the coconuts off. Not a long-term backpack, but enough for our needs here.
I'm looking for a net or a bag or like cloth of any kind.
I will help scour.
The ship has a
for-
sail. It's tattered, but enough of it remains that you could make a couple cloth bags out of.
So it's fine for me to just be.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna take too much.
Okay.
You manage. Ships typically have needle and thread on hand for fixing the sails with heavy duty thread.
All right. Yeah,
and you manage to stitch bags together.
I make a couple of bags and I tie essentially a single rope from top to bottom, so it can essentially be held across tied off on their back, if you will.
Mm-hmm. So you'll need to decide who in your group is going to carry each of the bags.
Well, we have 2 people currently on the beach, so each of us get a bag, I guess. Climbing up the rope is going to be much easier.
Yep.
But before we do any of that, we should probably Phillip needs to prep the rope, and we need to essentially get the food boxes up on top of the beach. The water we can do without because we've got the water skins and me.
Well,
Okay.
the rope probably isn't going to be strong enough to carry those water casks up.
No, I said we don't need to bother about the water.
Is there a strong place for me to secure the rope up here?
A tree.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to tie it against the tree.
I just don't think...
Are you going to make me roll for this? I'd imagine that
No.
I'd understand basic knots and have a knot that pressure from one end will just tighten the knot.
Yeah, you spent several weeks on a ship. You were able to pick up the basics of knot tying.
Okay.
I would just hesitate a little bit because I don't want... the rope should be in a smooth groove on the cliffside, but I also don't want the contents being dragged across the cliff as it's going up. It should be away from the cliff and being pulled up.
Listen, my primary goal right now is to get you up on the cliff. When you get up here, you'll understand why.
Okay, then we can go... We'll find food up there. We're taking the coconuts. Are we leaving the dried meat?
If you... Anything that you can take.
All right, Tommy. Instead of the coconuts, would I be able to fill it with all the preserved meats that we have in the barrel?
Well, I'm going to say between the 2 bags you made, you can carry all the rations that you have down there.
Oh, just all of it?
Yeah, you're going to need it.
So, we've got bags of food, Nikki. You and I. The 2 AC heavy individuals.
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not AC heavy.
Right. No, you don't get your discipline yet. Anyways, okay, but yeah, no, you and me. So, I'm gonna tap you with a bit of a guidance and send you up the cliff.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Nikki, make a either athletics or acrobatics check to get up.
Don't forget the D4.
I have found which die I am going to use the sorrn.
Upright.
Have not rolled the D4 in this set yet. Ow! I just kicked the end table!
Oh.
Is anyone hearing a bit of a static vibration when Nikki speaks?
Teeny bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holding the trigger down will cause air duster to reach very low temperatures and
We
frost
can't-
might make occur.
That is a 21
Assembly
total.
insert attached straw
And
into
then a
nozzle to
plus
assist
4.
in heating the cartridge.
I have found the dice I'm going to be using.
Do not tilt, invert, or shake.
Connor, can you mute yourself for a second? I can't hear Nikki.
What? Oh, right. There's other people in the room. Not thinking.
Yes. So you said that was a 25, Nikki, total. You make it. The rest of you are astounded at this skinny drow wizard grabs the rope and just starts making her way up, and she's 50 feet up the rope in half the time it took Dan to get up that far. Make one other check for me, Nikki.
And at this point, is my familiar hearing anything? Is there anything like 10 feet away from the top?
From the top of the cliff?
Yeah,
Just your
'cause
companions?
You said it was like 100 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. He can see the surroundings up there.
That is a 20! That is a nat 20 plus 3!
Again, you guys are astounded that this drow wizard now picks up the pace when she hits the halfway point up the cliff and manages to get up there total in about a third of the time it took Dan.
I am not all that astounded. She has a rope and she's an elf.
That Dan does have a hole in his
smug.
shoulder. Phillip.
He took a nap. He's fine.
You stitched it up, didn't you? What,
I did the best that I could. He has crushed mushrooms and leaves on it.
Nikki, when you get to the top of the cliff, you turn over and flop on your back in exhaustion. And when you look up around you, you see a peaceful oasis surrounded by trees. Connor.
Yes?
Would you like to climb the cliff?
I would. I'm going to give myself a guidance and begin going up the cliff.
Okay. I'm going to say with the rope and with your companions ready to pull the rope if three people up there are ready to pull the rope if necessary. You don't need to roll it for it unless you want to.
No, I'm good.
A fact that I'm guessing Dan is not happy about.
I'm not pulling.
Oh, you're not pulling.
Don't worry, we've got Nikki, Phillip, and the bat.
The bat can do so much.
Connor, when
Yes.
you get up to the cliff, you see a peaceful oasis surrounded by trees on all sides.
Okay, cool.
Are these the same types of trees that we were seeing on the beach? Like a different consistency of soil? Or...
They're date trees. And your companion, Rolen, has actually already, while you guys were finding your way at the cliff, foraged the trees and managed to find a cache with 4 extra water skins and managed to forage a couple days' rations from the dates in the trees.
You can hear
that, let me
screaming coming from the hood of sorrn's cloak, and he's just trying to keep his bat in. No, you can have it later.
give me 1 second to move you over to the next map.
Congratulations. Welcome to paradise.
Thank you. Ow.
All right. Can you guys all see here?
Yeah.
You find yourself in the trees surrounding this oasis at the
I
moment.
can see some.
Also, Tommy, I feel like I should mention the bat's senses are blind sight.
Mm-hmm.
So while I may not know the exact layout of surroundings, I would know if something is there, perhaps. Well,
Okay.
I'd have the chance to know if something was there.
Okay. So, like, if there's something moving or something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something making sound of some type.
If it makes sound or if it's an actual object, like a creature that's not making noise.
Well, blindsight doesn't really specify, but blindsight is really like your sense of smell, your sense of hearing, your general like sixth sense awareness of other creatures
But
around
this is based
you.
on the bat, so.
I assume it would be that like your bat is able to see that far around it with its echolocation.
Yeah. So as long as it like is corporeal and makes sound, I guess.
Might not recognize it as a creature until it actually moves, but...
Now, as you guys are up top, the sound from the wave starts to... It has now died down, and you hear intense winds coming from beyond the oasis.
And a bird.
Was that a hawk or an eagle?
That was a hawk.
It was a heagle.
No, Connor, it was a wolf bat.
Oh.
Oh, I hate those.
Must have been bear pig man. Or,
Anyway,
sorry,
you guys
man
can
bear pig.
You guys can move your characters around and explore the oasis.
Nope, that's water. I'm not going to. Nope.
Dan is going swimming.
Oh.
As you emerge from the trees, you see beyond the oasis a very hot, very dry desert, stretching as far as you can see and further.
Oh, that's wonderful. A whole new kind of hellscape. Surface just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it?
Connor, as you begin to meander past the confines of the oasis,
yeah,
you take a breath and cough back in pain as hot sandy air enters your lungs.
Nope, I prefer wet.
Welcome to the desert, guys.
I like the jungle better. Can you welcome us to the jungle?
No, not yet.
All right.
Oh, don't worry. When you guys find a dungeon, you won't. When you guys find a jungle, you won't like that either.
Are there any creatures in the trees?
Oh, right. So
Make a
something I
perception
found.
check. Oh, Phillip.
Something I found up here for you guys. I found 4 days of rations, and I found another 4 water skins.
Oh, cool.
So you guys have a total of 3 water skins that each hold a gallon of water. That means now for typical survival rules, you need, since it's very hot here in the desert, you're going to need 2 gallons of water, unless you're rationing it. If you go for half your allotted water per day, then you have to make a Constitution save at the end of the day or gain a level of exhaustion.
So what you're saying is, as long as I give up a spell slot, we don't need to worry about water.
Yeah, sure.
So I got a 19.
I can make 10 gallons a day, Tommy.
Okay.
I rolled with advantage because I'm using the bat's senses, and bats, one of the things is they get an advantage on hearing-based perception checks, so just listening for anything.
There are a lot of bugs, quite a lot of mosquitoes, and there are a few frogs in shallow pools at the outskirts of the oasis, and a couple birds, but that's it. You can tell the birds they're the migratory variety.
I can't tell that.
What way are they migrating, Tommy?
I don't know that. I've been here 3 months.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You don't know what surface world is like. Okay, there are flying creatures that aren't leathery.
You can have those?
Is this a butterfly?
Well, time to get to work, I guess.
Just 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna continue.
Not you, me. Give me a few hours, guys. I'm going to walk straight into the desert.
Oh. You know what?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a guidance before you leave, just in case.
I'm debating. Is Sorrn gonna try to pull anything you can do I can do better? I feel like that's very him.
In the meantime, Tommy, I like an herbalism kit. Are there potentially enough mushrooms and small plants nearby that I would potentially be able to replenish it enough so I have a kit?
No, there's no
There's-
mushrooms.
There's no medicinal plants nearby.
There's some dry reeds and dry grasses popping up here and there, but it's very, very sparse. Nothing medicinal that you recognize.
Well, I'm gonna collect some green.
Actually, make a nature check for me.
Why is nature intelligence? It
You
should be a
gotta
wisdom stat.
You gotta read them books.
15.
You actually don't recognize any of the plants here.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
I made a judgment roll. It was a 5. So I think Sorn's gonna try.
Alright, guys, I need to go grab my mouse. I'll be back in just a moment.
Phillip.
Let's see. I'm going to take this opportunity to use the restroom, so I will see you soon.
Why is Phillip still in Whisper on my screen?
Afflicted.
Okay, now I can.
Hi, Nikki.
That was weird.
What was?
Tommy was out of Whisper, Phillip was still in Whisper. I reloaded and suddenly I could hear Phillip. I rolled the judgment die and it was a 5, so Sorn is making a very bad decision.
What?
So would
okay.
you like me to make a survival check to see if I can...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. $21.
You are sure that you should be able to find something, and you're able to spot a couple small, a couple grooves through the sand from small snakes and things as they dart under rocks. But with the wind and everything, you can't find any tracks here, and you can tell that any tracks that are made would be covered within the day at the very least.
I'm gonna look back to the oasis. How visible is it from where I am?
How far did you walk?
Probably close to half an hour's journey just straight out.
With the sand and everything, it's a little hard to distinguish once you climb on top of a dune. You can make it out, but you can tell if the winds were to pick up much more, you wouldn't be able to.
This is going to be really dumb, but I can possibly get ahead with this. I'm going to make a screeching noise as loud as I can that is very obvious, designed to draw attention, and then I want to use Mask of the Wild to hide.
Okay.
Do you want me to make like a roll for a first one or just stealth?
Just stealth.
Cool. I'm going to be looking around to see if I can notice any reactions that were provoked by my noise. 17 for stealth.
Okay. You're fairly well hidden, but nothing comes to investigate. You notice a couple birds that were flying in the sky point their head down towards where they heard it, but other than that, no.
You need to make yourself sound like a dying animal.
I'm not trying to get the attention of animals. There are better ways to hunt them.
So,
I'm trying to attract the attention of intelligent life.
That's a good point.
Okay. After waiting for a bit, I'm going to make my way back.
Okay.
Since I ruled the low, I'm also going to be doing something similar in a different direction.
Okay.
So you said
What?
a survival?
So Phillip, you went straight out. So like this direction here.
Let me zoom out so I can see.
Like towards this direction.
Yeah, towards that direction. I guess I should designate that, shouldn't I?
So I guess I'll be trying to head out this way a bit.
Are you going top or bottom, Nikki?
Bottom.
Okay.
So would you say?
How far are you going?
Well, let's see. The cliff continues, right?
Yeah.
So that means I can't get lost.
Yeah.
So
That's a good idea.
I'm going to continue out for about an hour. And the whole time I am using the bat senses, I'm listening for things around and below the sand too.
Oh heck. We only
you
need
bring-
300 XP to hit second level.
Mhm.
That's really the limit?
Nikki,
Yeah.
are you taking water with you?
Because the distance between level ups spreads with each successive tier you enter into.
True.
So tier 1 is...
Was that a yes, Nikki? Okay. You find that as you go along the cliff, you find with the cliff to your right, the cliff tends to tapers inland to the left, and as you it tapers inland on a curve and then goes back out. And let's see how far you're able to make it in an hour. Are you taking a normal or a fast pace?
Fast pace.
Okay. You're able to make it 4 miles, and you just find more and more desert.
Okay, then I guess at that point I will turn around and go back.
All right.
What the game designers intended as a per level up.
I feel like at this point he's probably starting to learn the cloak is not fun. But of course sun is not fun either, so he's just walking like this.
I hope your bat is okay with all of this wind and sand.
Oh, he's under the cloak.
Put him in the pocket
He's
dimension,
like
Nikki.
on his shoulder. No, I need it.
Okay.
Yeah, this the bright sun here is gonna be kind of rough for Nikki.
Can I
have
like
to make sure
tie a rope
Phillip
around
stays alive.
Nikki's character while when we decide to walk kind of like a child's leash?
You can
So
try.
Nikki, you will get lost. You
No.
can't see.
No, I can.
She can see, she just has disadvantage on perception checks.
Wrong.
But this doesn't
I have
affect
the
her
bat.
pass.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, no. She has means of being able to cope with this. She's not
Okay.
useless.
I just know the sun doesn't help, so I'm trying to provide some alternative, at least like a bit of a safety net.
I mean, if Vila dies, then that is going to be a major problem. But
Yeah. No way we're getting the materials to redo the summoning.
Not in the near
anybody
future.
know how to make
no.
incense?
So where is everybody?
I'm currently out in the desert and
I am
told
4
you
miles
guys.
away.
When I went out, I told you guys to stay put until I came back, so this will be funny.
All right.
gonna come back and find out Sorrn just completely disregarded what I said.
Tommy, I'm gonna start collecting some like green leaves and things like that. One, so we can like potentially use them as shade if need be, and two, green leaves are good for preventing scurvy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna collect those.
Okay. You
I-
have
I-
you
I-
have enough. You have a
I want to do
sizable
something
amount of
with my
green
time.
leaves.
Okay, so let's see how long this would take. Day 1, you have go up to level 2. And they recommend.
So you guys can tell from both Nikki's and Philip. Are you still out exploring, or have you come back yet?
I'd be back after, given what we said, 2 hours.
Okay. After Nikki and Philip's excursion, you all figure out that this is a very, very big desert.
It's
And
just the ocean, but worse.
say again, Nikki?
It's just the ocean, but worse.
Yeah.
So, which direction do we go, people? Do we follow the coastline and try to get around to the other side of the island following that? Or do we go directly to the coastline and directly into the desert?
Well, if we stay along the coast, well, then we have access to the ocean and we have access to food.
Well, we with the last coast that we were at, it was it was incredibly sparse.
Fishing.
How are we gonna fish? We have no fishing. Like, we have nothing to fish with.
I mean, I have a rapier.
We first need to start building materials. So, exploring wilderness is my specific specialization. So, and we keep the rope there. We have an easy access up and down the cliff for now.
Well, we should take the rope with us if we're leaving this oasis.
I don't think that's wise for the present time. I don't think we're well equipped yet.
Well, how are we gonna get that more well equipped than we are now? Right now we have the most food we might see in a while.
Let's give it a day. I'm going to take the night, and I'm going to rest up early. I'm going to take the night to explore this rapidly.
We should travel during the night. I've heard that that's good in hot places like this.
It does help.
All right, we're operating on my schedule now.
I will say, if traveling at night, you guys only need to use 1 gallon of water will be a full day's amount of water.
That means I only need to sacrifice one spell slot every other day. So, fine with the water. What happens if we ration food, Tommy?
Let me pull it up.
You know, we're elves. We can just leave Connor behind and walk for 16 hours.
Alright, I'm your source of water. Good luck lasting a week.
If you walk for more than 8 hours, you do have to make